Hi, so I thought I'd do another update. Um, I'm doing it in the evening because that's the easiest time for me to do it, and because it's dark, there's not a lot of point in having a video, so I just do this on voice. And yeah, so the markets this week, it was a volatile week. We had the FOMC announcement in the US on Wednesday 2 o'clock New York time, and initially the market seemed to, well, we had a bit of a sell-off, and then we had a huge rally, and uh, yeah, the volatility was incredible. I caught some of it, but overall on the week I did I took a loss due to a couple of longer term swing trades that didn't work out. I should have closed them earlier, so I was down over 4%, which is not good. The intraday trades I made a decent profit, mostly on the Nasdaq, but it was a difficult week, and by the end of Friday, I was relieved to just survive the week. Anyway, we're not far off the all-time highs on the Nasdaq and on the S&P, and I think we'll probably break them before the year's end. Um, there's just a ton of money coming into the market. Um, okay, the Fed has said that they're going to start increasing interest rates, and the Bank of England's already done that. But the 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 rate of increase will be pretty slow, I think, and I think the markets discounted that already. Um, the market was probably looking for more hawkish outlook from the Fed, and in the end, they didn't get it. So the market took off, and we sold off a bit yesterday, but overall it's still a pretty strong rally. So yeah, that was my week. The cryptos, we've sold off a bit. Bitcoin, when I left this evening, it was around 47,000. ETH is well off its highs. It's under 4,000 again. Cardano's been really hit. I mean, it's really taken a serious hit recently. I'm not quite sure what's happening there. I think it's a lack of news that's driving us. I watch a guy on YouTube. He has a channel called Cryptos R Us, and he's very bullish on all the cryptos. But that's just one opinion, obviously. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I still think we haven't seen the all-time highs on either Bitcoin or Ethereum. I'm not sure about some of the altcoins. I hold Solana. I hold Cardano. I've got some Polkadot. I've got a little bit of Luna, which has done really well. It's annoying when you buy a very small amount, and that's the best gain of it. That's Sod's law. That's going to happen. Probably my largest holding is ETH, because I think it's going to, the amount of use is only going to increase. Um, it's the currency of the metaverse, and I think the metaverse is going to be a big deal. We're gonna we may transition into a world where your internet experience is akin to going into a different world. It's a virtual world rather than just staring at a screen. I don't know exactly how that's going to manifest itself, but I think that's the way things are going. We're getting people buying plots of land in the metaverse, virtual land. This land doesn't exist. I mean, this is quite amazing, really. And a skeptic would say, well, it's just a huge bubble. But like any new technology, some players will be the massive winners, like the Amazons and the Facebooks, and some others will just disappear, like the what was it called? MySpace, was it? AOL, things like that. So there will be winners and losers, but the winners will be the ones that dominate the space in the future. And I should have got into Bitcoin a lot earlier, because I actually remember a discussion I had with a friend of mine where it dropped from about 1200 to about 250. This was in about 2013, I think, and I was keeping an eye on it then, 250, and now it's 47,000. So, and but there you go. So that was my week. I was talking to a friend of mine last night about the coming restrictions on. He lives in Britain, and they seem determined to destroy the hospitality sector. The pubs. I heard a guy on LBC the other day who'd been running a pub for years, and he was basically saying he's just about to go out of business because of what the restrictions that the government's imposed. And I don't know whether it's intentional or just a cock up, but I'm leaning more towards the former rather than the latter. I think governments are making a concerted effort to destroy businesses, especially small businesses, family-run businesses, and I don't think this is going to end well. I mean, here in France, we've got the pass sanitaire. We can't, depending on your status, you can't go into a restaurant or even sit down in a cafe, and it's unbelievable. This is I made a video last week, a non-financial video, and I'll probably expand on that theme on that rather than here. But so as far as the markets go, we're still. The markets are still pretty bullish. The equity markets, crypto markets have seen a pullback. I notice it's full moon tonight. I'm actually sitting up in the park, and it's dark, obviously, but the moon is full, and it really casts a shadow. You get out of the city, and we forget that moonlight is fairly intense. Okay, you can't really distinguish colors in the moonlight, although I guess maybe you can. I don't know, but I remember camping in the Lake District years ago, and there was a full moon again, and you could put up a tent under moonlight. You didn't need a torch or anything. It was bright enough. And I'm sitting here now. I've got a head torch, but I'm not using it because it's so bright. I don't have Charlie with me tonight because he's been out with his one of his girlfriends this afternoon, so he's a little bit shagged out. But, okay, so that's my update, and that's my view on the markets. Give it a like if you like the video, and leave a comment if you're into. If you have maybe you have different ideas and views about the crypto market. Maybe you think like Peter Schiff, that it's all just one massive bubble. It may be a massive bubble, but if it is a bubble, not enough people have been sucked in yet. I don't think it's mainstream now. I think it's not that easy to open a Coinbase account or whatever, and to know how to do these things, to transfer, to send Bitcoin from one wallet to another, and you've got to, it's not that user friendly. It's no problem for me, but I'm an IT guy. But I think once it goes mainstream, and it will, I think, and I think we may be looking at a future where the cryptocurrencies compete with the central bank digital currencies. China's already introducing a digital yuan, but I was talking to somebody last night about this. The digital central bank currencies will be inflationary. The central banks can't afford not to have inflation. They fear deflation so much. They've got to have a constantly growing money supply, and this is where the Bitcoin, goes against that, because we've got a sorry, I just okay, it's maybe fireworks. I don't know. I suddenly heard a bang now. Yeah, so we've got a total limit of 21 million Bitcoin. There's about 18.5 million already mined, but nobody knows exactly how many have been lost. And I've seen some estimates. It could be as much as 5 or 6 million have been lost over the years. People lost their keys. People stored them on hardware that no longer works. Maybe a hard drive just died and they can't extract them, and so nobody really knows how many Bitcoin have been lost. So the supply may be smaller than we think. It may not be 18.5 million. It might be quite a bit smaller, and so we're going to maybe see a competition between the central bank digital currencies and the cryptocurrencies, namely, well, the two biggest, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I know which one I'd rather hold, because the central bank currencies are inflationary by design, as is the US dollar, as is the pound sterling, as is the yuan, every currency you can name. I mean, some people think that Gaddafi had a plan to introduce a gold-backed dinar a few years ago, and look what happened to him. I'm not saying that's related. I don't know, but it's an interesting idea. Maybe somebody will. There are already gold-backed cryptos. I think there's Pax Gold you can buy, and it will follow the price of gold. And that's an interesting idea, because gold has been a store of value for thousands of years, and the US dollar has been a store of value. Well, it isn't. It isn't a store of value. It's lost something like 99 point whatever % of its purchasing power since the creation of the Fed in the 1930s. So, and the same with sterling. I mean, I've seen it in my lifetime. I remember when beer was 40 pence a pint, and yeah. Okay, so that's my update. Okay, be well.